So a year and a half, 2 years ago, I started watching Dragon Ball Super. Okay, and I think we, as the consumers, we have um, a lot of the fault falls on us for being the people who consume and expect more and more every single time.
You're an animator, right? You're an animator. You got the skills. She looks all right. She's mildly attractive. If you're in her shoes, your move should be to quit that job immediately so you got free time. Go get you a job in fast food and go spend all your time learning English. Go get you a YouTube channel, teach people how to draw, whatever. Dude, you're good. You're like an ex-Japanese animator.
I'm still in the system. This is how it is. I'm gonna work till my 67th, and that's how it is. Then I get to retire and actually enjoy my money, to put it like that.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic, we're talking about the anime industry in Japan. Came across this topic a few times when I was just going around YouTube. I mean, it was interesting to me. I mean, I'm an artist, you know. Angel, you're an artist too, kinda, sorta.
I wouldn't call myself an artist.
You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. But you know, they're talking about the working conditions, the almost slave-like working conditions that these guys they put themselves through. I went through the comments on the video. I think everyone just had the wrong take. I'm gonna play a little bit of the video, and I'm gonna see what you guys think. I mean, how do we solve this, and what's the solution, or what might be a solution, or who's really at fault here?
Is actually very hard to watch. In 2010, an animator working at A1 Pictures, makers of Sword Art Online and Fairy Tail, committed suicide. He was overworked to death, claiming that he was working 600 hours a month, which is roughly 20 hours a day. Death by overwork is so common in Japan, it even has its own name: Karoshi. Henry Thurlow, an American animator that moved to Tokyo to live out his dream of creating anime, discovered the working conditions were nothing short of slave labor. They don't pay you even remotely minimum wage, he says. They overwork you to the point where people are vomiting at work and having to go to the hospital for medicine. They demand that you come in whenever they realize a deadline isn't going to be met. That probably means about a month and a half of non-stop work without a single day off. Then you'll be allowed to go back to work to your regular 6-day work weeks of 10-hour days. No one talks, no one gets lunch or anything. Thurlow ended up in the hospital 3 times due to exhaustion and illness. The Japanese animation industry is so harsh, he says, it should be illegal. Daigo Nakamura, a 43-year-old Japanese animator, said that 2 full days of work earned him less than $40. In this industry, even if an anime is a huge hit,
Now, the first thing I thought is like, how long do you have to train up to acquire the skills to be an animator, and then you're gonna go into this work, and you're being paid like half of what a fast food worker or McDonald's or Burger King employee be getting paid? This makes no sense. Like, this is crazy. And I'm thinking, like, I mean, like, what do you guys think? Like, I mean, you guys said that you are familiar with this topic. You came across it before. Like, who do you think's at fault? I mean, like, how will we address it? If you were an animator, or maybe the boss, or what? Like, what's going on here?
Basically, I've heard of it before. I've heard of it that the anime scene, or the actual scene, was so getting not enough attention in terms of new employees, new artists coming in, new ideas flowing through, and that there was a shortness of actually animators or people that actually draw the animations to provide enough output, to put it like that. So
Let's say there's a shortage of artists.
This was, I think, about 5 years ago that I heard of it, and I didn't know what happened in between that time. But if I see what it is now, and it went the whole wrong way, and the only thing I can think of is because due to the actual animation, the 3D and the digitalization of art, that it's way easier to provide or create an anime or animation than to actually make one by hand, like 2D photos. And that's basically what I think. There's way more supply of that than there is demand.
Oh, for the
that
artists.
basically makes the artist's work even less valuable than it was before. So that's I think where it comes from. But yeah, it's not a good way to go. But at the same time, it's happening all over us. It's happening at the Burger King as well. I mean,
Dude, that's not
it's gonna be
happening.
soon that they will replace
Some of the
employees at
prices,
Burger King for
they're-
actual
these people were getting
digital
paid
things.
$600, $700, $800 a month living in
Who is
Tokyo.
gonna pay that?
The animators. That's some of the prices. This is some of the wages I'm hearing. $700-800 a month, living in Tokyo.
The most expensive cities.
Like, yeah, matter of fact, this video, the guy that made it, there's a Kickstarter where they're donating to donating. They're trying to raise money so they can buy like dormitories for these animators to live in, and $250 or so a month, reasonable rent, so they can go there and be animators. So Angel, what do you think the problem is? Same thing when the guy and just too many artists, just
Of course, yeah, too many hours. But before I even jump into my opinion, I'll tell you this. I actually was happy that you brought this up because I like talking about anime, and it doesn't matter what perspective we pick. I'm always down to do an episode about this. Therefore, I did some homework actually, if you want to know. So what I found is that the at some of the main labels, which I don't want to give the names, I left that out. But the main labels that make anime are actually paying the artists around 200 yens per drawing, which translate to $1.83
that's like
a drawing, and each drawing takes about an hour. So they making around that much. If they make a mistake, that they have to scratch that.
Oh.
On average, they are working a little over 15 hours a day. The ones that work the least amount. So it is very demanding, and that means they making like some people only take $14 after doing like a whole day of work. Imagine that.
So Angel, you said $2 like for a drawing, like if we look in a comic book, like there's like a panel, so you do a whole
Yeah.
panel, you're telling me that's $2 worth of work.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's insane. Like, imagine how many years you got to train to be able to draw that well to where you can like be working on, like, let's say an issue of Naruto or something, and you got to draw that well.
To say, and it's big names. Imagine what these like small anime companies are doing right now. Big names, like, as in, I don't want to say Naruto, but just to give you an example, yes, that's the amount of money they are working for something that generates so much money. Now I started to look into like how they go about merchandise, but it seems like every penny that is earned goes through the pockets of the higher up first. You understand? It's not like no incentive, like, oh, design me this and you get a percentage. None of that exists. It gets every penny gets filtered through the higher ups pockets first, and then they collect the change. There's no incentive to do better, to draw more, to do this, which brought me to the second point. So a year and a half, 2 years ago, I started watching Dragon Ball Super, okay? And I think we as the consumers, we have um a lot of the fault falls on us for being the people who consume and expect more and more every single time. Because when they rushed the episode for Dragon Ball Z, it was a whole thing about that. They took corners, they cut corners, they did a whole bunch of things. You remember I complained about the animation in one of the episodes we did a long time ago? Well, I did. That's the point. I complained about the animation and everything, and they took the episode back, and they ended up fixing it. But that means they are now running late for the next episode that's going on. So I looked it up, and yes, people were working up to 20 hours a day to
So,
recoup for
yeah.
that time.
You're
Huh?
sleeping in the office. You sleep in the office now.
You taking naps in the office. I mean, 4 hours in between 20 hours in the building. That's a nap.
Bro, you're telling me like you can go out collect bottles and make more money.
Yeah. Here
Not
in the
even
US,
joking.
but we don't know how economics work over there in Japan. At least I don't. Oh, by the way, no, actually, we actually do. So I made this note, okay? I'm gonna let you guys talk, but I looked up how much is rent and the average income for any regular citizen, okay? Should I give you that now or okay? So I'm not even gonna look it up because I was so amazed. So an actual regular rental, let's say for example my house that I have right now, right? Is from $450 to $580. That's the average, which means that these people who are doing this anime, these drawing, the artists and everything, they're living below the regular standards of their own society. Isn't that a slap in the face? After working 20 hours a day, and you come home to a little room where you gotta I didn't look into like how much you pay for the room, but they don't even have enough money to actually have a normal size home according to what is around them. So this is might be why they are so sad, and Japan is having a lot of like issues with like depression and sadness and stuff, and it might be because they are lonely in a little freaking house, man, that it's just like a box. So from all day in the office drawing and doing this and labor, I'm sure these people are not that nice to them either. To going back to your house and your house is empty and it's small and
Like they got it really bad, huh?
I think that's bad, man. In my opinion, after 20 hours, you better come back home to a mansion, man.
But I think, yeah, I like the point where you said like we as consumers are also at fault for the conditions they're working in. I mean, why is that, you think?
Yeah, it's my fault because I want my Dragon Ball Z now. It's my fault.
No, it's the company's fault because they
demanding of actually what we want. We want fast seasons. We want quick.
I was about to say it starts at the company because they could do it by seasons, but instead they decide to do it by week, one episode of week, so per week. So
Well, now
let's say
now
every
they're
Friday-
changing, right? Because I'm hearing like the Netflix, like JoJo Bizarre Adventures,
Yeah.
and I think same thing Cyberpunk, it's seasons and.
So now they have the option of doing things by the season, which I think is a actual more feasible route to take. Reason for that is because you can catch these things. You give yourself time to work. You give yourself time to go over things and actually come up with a better strategy of work strategy. And also the problem is too, these companies operate in the same kind of way. I looked it up. The top 5 companies work in the same way. Their workers work around the same hours. They make around the same amount of money. But imagine this. What if somebody went over there with a different business proposal and say, hey, abandon your stations and let's start something new. And just let's say like Netflix has done in a lot of occasions. Actually, Netflix has done that with different let's say with comedy. They have done that. Okay, you in, let's say, comedy this, and they are not treating you well, they're not doing your thing. Let's do a special where you're gonna make a lot of money, we make a lot of money, we'll respect your boundaries. By the way, Netflix has a reputation of listening to the people who they work with. Not every time it works in their favor, but there's business models out there that we could be following, we could do better. But the people as workers, they don't complain, they don't do anything about it, then it will continue. And if there's no other ways of operating out there, where do you go? If you thought you found what was for you as an artist and there's nothing else out there, it's just convenience, it's hard to just leave.
When I was a little kid, I wanted to go to Japan and I wanted to be an animator.
There you go. You still got the chance.
No, I'm good, man. I got one last. It was like one last one, because I'm about to tell you what I think about this. You know what I mean? What my view on this. And when I seen this girl, it was like, okay, right here.
入らないっていう人もいっぱいいるんで、会社のこう机の下とかでこう寝っ転がって寝泊まりしてる人とか、1週間ぐらいずっといるとか、1ヶ月いるとか、おじさんとかはそういう人が多い、50、60ぐらい。
50s and the 60s still doing it.
そういう人もいます。きついですよ。はい。
毎月のお給料。
それは5万円。
What do you guys say so? I thought you guys said so.
No, I mean the smell. You smell each other because they don't shower, of course, and
yeah. But the reason why I'm looking at this young woman, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, you're an animator, right? You're an animator. You got the skills. She looks all right. She's mildly attractive. If you're in her shoes, your move should be to quit that job immediately so you got free time. Go get you a job in fast food and go spend all your time learning English. Go get you a YouTube channel. Teach people how to draw, whatever. Dude, you're good. You're like an ex-Japanese animator. And you're a female. And you could be sitting up here making all kind of money.
What if everybody did that at the same time? We would be flooded over.
But at least she's got an advantage. Like, how many Japanese animators, young women who are Japanese animators, can say, hey, I can teach you how to draw. I worked at this studio or this. It's like, I can't have sympathy for these people. I really can't.
I'm sorry, Ed.
Why they're staying there.
The average animator, like the starters, they're making $50-$60 less than this amount. She says,
bro,
$500 per month.
Bro, you are better off just getting a normal job and keeping art as your hobby, and then realizing that, hey, I got the internet. If I want to go out here and share my art with the world, I can do that. I don't need to be working for some animation company. You can start your YouTube channel, work on projects, you can start a Patreon, you can do all these things if you want to share your art with the world. You do not have to be a slave.
But okay, the problem I see also with that is not a real problem, it's a mental thing. But if you can get by this, it works out. But some people, you know, they choose from when they are little, like let's say 8-year-old. I'm gonna be an animator. I used to see that a lot. And I'm gonna be an animator, and this is what I'm gonna live off, and it's gonna be great, and this and that. Everybody knows when you get started, you struggle. When you get started, this and that. What if it's just hard for her to like let go of that dream she once had?
Dude, you're not letting go. She's still an artist. She's still doing her thing, just a different kind.
I'm just talking like because.
I mean, I feel you. I can't have sympathy if you're signing up for that, and you got these people paying you like you're a paper boy.
No.
Hey.
Yeah, but what if they like, oh, by next year I'm gonna get out of this circle and I'm gonna like get a promotion.
Okay, look, I can't help you. If you wanna think that, hey, I can't help you, man.
No, I'm saying as humans, we do that to ourselves all the time.
And they're saying, and like the whole point of this video, at the end, the guy is saying, hey, if you want, you can donate and you can help these animators and you can donate to the Kickstarter. And I'm thinking, like, these executives who are putting these people through this, they're the ones who should be donating to this. At least do that. You're paying them like $2 a drawing. At least like go in the back and say, okay, yo, we're gonna throw some money together so these guys got some place to live. At least do that.
It's a systemic thing. I think that's what Vito's trying to get to. It's something that is already in the culture. It's already in the mind of people. It's already in the system.
But
that's how it works.
It's voluntary.
And I'm not saying, I mean, that should be your way to go. He's not saying that either. But if that's you acquire the job, your dream job, to put it like that, and you find out like, oh shit, the salary is not that good. Oh shit, the working conditions aren't that good. Oh shit, I'm sticking at the office.
Yeah, but there was more options over there, Nagayan, man. If there was more company doing different things, it would be easier to just let go of that.
I'm so against that. It's you got the internet. You live in Tokyo. You're not in the middle of like Africa somewhere or the Middle East. Like you're in one of the most technologically advanced cities on planet Earth. Okay, like
true. And
you got skills that are marketable all around the world. Come on, they're doing that to themselves.
But
okay, let's hear it for the radio and for TV.
What's that?
I find.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go for it, nigga, and then I'll go after you.
In a sense, we are also. I mean, I find myself working for my salary, getting a monthly payment, and of course, it's way higher than the $500, but. It covers my rent, it covers my expenses, it covers I can save some, I can do something with it, I'm still in the system. This is how it is. I'm gonna work to my 67th and that's how it is. Then I get to retire and actually enjoy my money, to put it like that. That's the system we're in.
Yeah, it's a system. It's almost, you can call it a culture as well, okay? Because it's just, sometimes we don't realize what's going on from like we don't realize what people see from outside. We don't realize that. It's not that easy. I was gonna give you the example of my country, Dominican Republic. When people want to work in TV over there, you know, it's known nationwide, like throughout the country, it's known that when you start in TV, they don't pay you. If you get like side jobs, like for commercials and stuff like that's your money right there, but you don't get paid for it. Same thing with the animators, okay? Because I looked it up. A lot of people don't even get paid at first.
Dude, these people are stupid. These people are stupid, straight up.
But they want.
I don't even know any of
this is what they want. I mean, okay, and then like some people are like you know, I can do this commercial. Dominicans are known for doing that, like Jose.
Andrew, I don't even think it's the same. Imagine if you had the drawing ability, the skill that young woman's got. Are you gonna let someone pay you $10 a day?
Not me. Not if I have other options.
Like, what are you training up? Why did you train up for? It makes no sense.
You have to factor in culture as well, because Japanese culture.
I think that's what's going on.
They pulled a number on them.
Way more like we do it for the community, even though it kills us.
Yeah,
we have to do it. We have to do our duty.
There are parts in the video where they were saying they got a loyalty to their company and on. I'm like, man, look, man.
There you go.
Your company don't care about you, man. They don't care about you.
But you know, oh yeah, this is something new I've heard of before, but there's no. If you acquire a job at a company in Japan, you are there for your lifetime, in the sense that they won't fire you.
Dude, I heard some crazy stories.
That's it. But yeah,
I heard some mess where like they
loyal to you, and that same loyalty you want to give back to the company.
Yeah, it's like something like a stigma against firing people. So what they would do, I forget the company, where they were almost torturing people to get them to quit. Like they'll say, okay, your shift is starting. Okay, you sit in this room for the next 6 hours. What do I do? Yo, just sit there. no windows, no nothing. And eventually the people say, look, I can't do this anymore. I got to leave. I forget the company that was, man. I think it has something to do with like some video game or someone in the video game industry or somewhere.
Public ain't nobody that loyal, man. Somebody's not gonna sit there and just be quiet, man.
Dude, I think it could have been Nintendo or something. I'm not sure. I forget what company it was. I could be wrong.
Nintendo was. I could be wrong, but I heard Nintendo was one of the first ones that used to give people incentive for ideas, like what's the next big thing, like Americans do. Like, oh, what's the next big thing? Yeah, we're gonna go with your idea, and from that you get not a percentage. I know it wasn't a percentage, like, oh, you get part of the deal, but there's bonuses and stuff like that. Or was it Samsung? I don't know. One of those big brands a long time ago. This was too long. I'm talking shit. I don't even remember that well.
But I skipped to the end here. One minute.
Go for it.
Where we at? How you can help.
There is a way that we can help. A Tokyo-based nonprofit dedicated to improving working conditions for anime industry professionals called Animator Supporters reached out to me. At their Animator dormitory, animators can live for less than $250 a month in the heart of Tokyo, so they have an easy commute to work. And that $250 covers their rent, utilities, and internet. They've opened multiple dormitories across Tokyo and have
You said, did they show the size of? Well, they're going to be small for $250. Lucky you're getting that.
Of course, they're going to be small, but when I was saying these are like slums? Is that what you call it? Like in bad areas and stuff
they're
like
that.
They're
in Tokyo. Is there a bad area in Tokyo? I would have.
Of course, there is.
There's got to be a bad area everywhere, man. But no, what I mean is like, for what I was reading, it seems like it's below like regular standards how they live right now.
$250 in the heart of Tokyo. Okay, you're not complaining, okay?
No, but these sound like these are new, small, but new and new conditions.
They showed you the guy. He seemed happy. He seemed happy sitting there drawing. But where's he at? See, look at him. He's happy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, let's go with that, okay?
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah.
He said he
window at least.
That is true. That is true.
Unless there's a wall behind that curtain.
There's probably some brick behind that.
Yeah, that window, I don't see no light coming in through there. That's supposed to be a big city.
Yeah, but it's nighttime.
Yeah, you should see city lights, man. But all right, guys.
You gonna keep complicating this with me over here?
Right, it probably is bricks. You guys got anything else for this one?
Help out?
No, that's it, man. Yeah, well, actually, are we still on?
Yeah, we are.
So actually, I'm saying other companies, like I said, do what Netflix did for comedy, doing specials and stuff like that, but something with anime instead. Just take over the market and see what's out there. Come up with don't even come up with a new idea. Just grab an idea, fix it in a way that fits you. You know what I mean? And it's actually beneficial for everybody, so people come to you. It's like the same, like my mom used to sell clothes and stuff like that. When you selling stuff, even if you go a little bit, like losing a little bit, but you get the most customers, you can make still a great living. That's it.
I think these people are just ridiculous. But all right, guys, that's it. Unidentified Podcast.